Hey, this is Daniel from Around the Board, and we're talking about March Madness of board gaming. If you don't know what that is, my group that I run, FBC Gamers, every March we put together a bracket, 4 brackets, of some of the best games out there picked by 4 individuals, and then we put them out on the Facebook page. People vote on which game they would rather play out of the 2, and ultimately we get down to a Elite 8, a Final 4, and then we get a winner overall. So we're already into the winners bracket. This is round 2 or 2.2 or round 10. I don't know how you want to say it, but essentially these games have already won once. So now they're competing against each other to be part of the Elite 8. So we're on day 10 of this. So let's go ahead and take a look. Alright, so the first matchup we had today was Point Salad versus Lost Runes of Arnak, and this was a heavyweight versus a cruiserweight, and boy did it look that way too. Lost Runes of Arnak is a deck building worker placement game, and it just put the smackdown on Point Salad, which is just a simple set collection game. Point Salad has a lot of going for it, the simplicity, the quickness of it, but in the end, the robust Lost Runes of Arnak just destroys Point Salad in what we would like to call in the wrestling industry a squash match. So there's that one for you. Then the second one we have is Civilization versus Colonists. This one I really didn't know which way it was going to go. The Colonists is a meaty Euro game. Civilization is considered one of the best area control games. Area control games are kind of this is like area control, civilization building, but yeah, they're kind of controversial because a lot of people don't like them. But the Colonists is such a robust Euro game that takes place over 3 to 4 ages. This one was going to be interesting where it landed. In the end, it looks like people landed on the Civilization Builder, the pinnacle of civilization building games, Civilization. Sid Meier's Civilization, based on a video game. You know, that probably helped too. And then we have Bohnanza versus Scythe. And we want to talk about a Cinderella story. Well, Bohnanza had it right there. It actually beat its competitor pretty soundly in the first round. And even against Scythe, a top 10 or top 20 board game geek game, it almost overcame it. Bohnanza is an Uwe Rosenberg game where you are planting beans in a field, and the big gimmick with this one is that you have a hand of cards and you're not allowed to rearrange those cards, and you have to play the cards I think from one side or the other. So a really unique game. Nobody's really done anything like this until Luxor came out about 20 years after Bohnanza did. But despite the us all rooting for Bohnanza, Scythe, the area control Euro game, unfortunately for Bohnanza, takes the win. A lot of people had Scythe winning this one, so it wasn't a big surprise, but I think there was a lot of hope. I know I had a lot of hope that Bohnanza was going to overtake it, but in the end it fell just a little short. And then our last matchup was Splendor Duel versus Sagrada. Sagrada has been in our contest for 3 years, and this is Splendor's Duel's first time in the contest. Splendor Duel in the first round had a lot of fanfare. Splendor is kind of a favorite of FBC gamers. It was at one time anyways, so I thought that the name recognition of itself would just carry it to victory. But Sagrada, you know, there's a lot of fans out there of Sagrada. It's a really nice dice chucking game where you are planting it's not dice chucking, but you're going to be rolling dice, and you're going to plant those dice in little stained glass panels. It really is a beautiful layout when it's all said and done, and I think it's just a charming game that a lot of people like. Maybe next year, if Splendor Duel returns to the competition, it will have a lot more time to get out to the public, because I just don't think a lot of people know about it yet. But you know, 2-player games are really hard to get through on this competition, because who plays 2-player games? It is a rarity amongst games out there. So let's take out looking at the ratings for the prediction bracket. I had a 6 of 8 points, and that brought me in the lead, but unfortunately I can't take too much credit for being in the lead because Topher, he got 2 out of 8 points, and that really hurt him. He was in first, and now that brought him down to second. But we also see that John, he went up 4 points. Holy cow, John. What an amazing round you had. You were the only one with the perfect prediction bracket. And one of the reasons for that is a lot of people had Feast for Odin winning over Scythe, and also Colosseum winning over Civilization. So there was just a lot of games that were or brackets that were automatically eliminated from this round of voting because of the outcome of round 1. But hey, in the end, there you go. Also, I want to highlight Laura Evans and Ryan Evans are now in second to last, tied with each other, which is really entertaining because they like to jab each other a lot. And Ryan was giving his wife a lot of smack talk, and it's caught up to him. So we'll see which one of them can break out of that final bottom 2. It'll be kind of fitting if they both end up there. All right, let's take a look at tomorrow's matchups. We have Meadow versus Century Golem Edition. You know, this one, it could be a toss-up. I know Meadow had hit the scene hard and heavy, and we had a lot of fanfare, but I don't see it out as much. But Century still has a lot of fanfare. It took Splendor and it increased Splendor, so all that fanfare that FBC gamers had for Splendor may carry over to Century, so I think Century could be the winner in this one. Then we have Blood on the Clock Tower versus Wayfarers. This one will be an exciting matchup because Blood on the Clock Tower is one of these cult classic games. People who love it just adore it. It is a social deduction game, and it is big and robust, and it's a must-try experience. This is actually going to be a Blood on the Clock Tower room at FBC GameCon, so definitely go and try to check it out if you can. It was also on Dice Tower's recent most estimated games, overrated games, so you can be the judge of that. But it's going against Wayfarers, which Wayfarers is a Garfield game. It's the only Garfield game that is represented in this tournament this year, and people love their Garfield game. So this one, I think, is going to come down to the finish. I think it's going to go back and forth all day, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, then we have Champions of Midgard versus Eminent Domain. I think this is Champions of Midgard's competition. Eminent Domain was a really clever deck builder when it first came out, but it's just one deck builder of 1,000, and I think it got lost in the shuffle as times went on. Champions of Midgard, I don't know, it just has its fans. It has that similarity to Lords of Waterdeep, which has already won March Madness, a board game 2 years ago. So maybe this is Champions year, so my money is on Champions on this matchup. And then we have Welcome To versus Colt Express. I think Welcome To is going to hand it to Colt Express. Colt Express had a lot of haters in the last round. A lot of people voting just anything but Colt Express. I myself am not a huge fan of it. I don't like the push your luck aspect of it. And if you get one thing wrong, your entire turn is wasted. There's a lot of things going on in that game that I'm just like, I don't know. But Welcome To is one of my favorites. I love that roll and write, or verb and verb. It's a flip and fill, whatever you want to call it. We like to call it verb and verb, but I think Welcome To is going to win, and would be set up for then the matchup between Cartographers and Unmatched. And if Cartographers win, we could get a Welcome To versus Cartographers, which would be pretty hot, though I do want Unmatched to win. But all right, guys, well, that is the forward look, the recap, and the forward look for tomorrow. I'm excited about this contest. I think this is always the highlight of the year. March Madness of board gaming is just this unique thing that we do. I know some other people do variations of it, but it's become kind of the heart and soul of FBC gamers, and now this year we actually get to do it leading up to FBC GameCon. So we just have a lot of fervor going on right now in our Facebook group, and I'm really excited for that. So yeah, guys, just stay tuned for tomorrow. Make sure you get your votes in for a chance to win a $50 gift card to Mission Board Games. But until next time, I'll see you around the board.